Scorpio, welcome back for your twin flame update. This is for divine masculine. Yes, I also have a divine feminine video in the link. Those of you who are new, a very warm welcome. And if you do wish to join the tribe, we do live sessions on the channel. And I am opening a new channel up as of the 1st January 2019. All very much specialised, connected to the twin flame path. If you are needing a booking, however, if I haven't already said it, link below, and this will be a follow-on from the previous video connected to the twin flame path. Now, as of the 16th, we are moving Venus direct. Mercury is going retrograde, so as of the 16th, be very cautious either side of that time frame. There can be miscommunication, there can be endings connected to karmic paths, and this can be in your life or your feminines. In general, collectively, really, we're going through a mass transformation, so you know, try and keep as grounded as possible. There are changes. It can mean anything that no longer directly connects to us will end, and there can be conflict with that. Now, in the past, it may have been, you know, in your life, you were focused more on what made you feel good, okay? You had a joyous time. You're looking back and reminiscing, connected to the good times in connections. In your current position, there may be a lot of manipulation and backstabbing and people that aren't treating you correctly, maybe for your chosen paths and what has transpired in life. I do feel moving forward you do want to offer love. You want to change the frequency of how you have been dealing with your life, and even perhaps connected to your twin flame journey. And, you know, where there's backstabbing, it might have been directly connected to feminine, where you do want the balance there to be able to have the give and take there at a passionate level. You want to be able to give the blessings forward. It may be even you felt that this was to you or them to you, vice versa. Frequencies can bounce. But, you know, wanting to have that abundant connection, remembering back to what it was, moving towards the future and wanting to make a romantic gesture, and, you know, having consistency. And I feel for many of you, it's like you weren't happy in a connection that you're currently in, but I feel left. I'm hearing left. Yeah. Karmic partner, gone. If there's a karmic partner, no more. Some of the karmic purge might have been very much connected to childhood, watching parenthood, but it doesn't have to be connected to a karmic partner, but there is the direct message coming there for some of you that it is. Others of you, it can be in relation to a previous relationship many moons ago, very separate to you. How others are influencing Scorpion masculines. Okay, it may be you're having some friends actually show you the way. But it feels key friendships are helping you, but you're being selective about who you trust. I feel you have the strength, but, you know, some of the things that come through you didn't see. And it's someone who's coming to visit you. It might be they're giving you a message connected to feminine. The movement forward, it might be that you're going in very passionately. And again, it doesn't surprise me considering Jupiter's moving out of Scorpio and directly into Sagittarius. And it does feel that frequency, like fast-paced movement and communication. Okay, how you looked at the situation. You wanted it to be abundant. It might have been someone you wanted to have children with, or there might have been concerns of fertility for some of you, very separate. But your feelings are you want this spiritual connection. You want to transform it. What you are seeing is sympathy connected to what went on between the both of you. It might have been shown to you in a different form where similar things of what went on in your connection happened to you in a separate connection. That could have been the catalyst for the trigger point, as well as it could have been the catalyst to have an awakening, so to speak, and really have that sympathy and understanding of why this went the way it did. Very interesting energy. Yeah, what was taken from you in the past. I feel it's a previous relationship. I don't feel it's your twin for some reason. Your intentions moving forward is that you wish to join with your feminine, okay? You wish to join them in a mirroring effect of how much they've achieved at a spiritual level or physically at a 3D level. You want to meet up with them to communicate. You want to have the bridging of the minds. You know, you might not feel, you know, are they single? Do they have anyone for some of you? Can I be the male? Really psychoanalyzing yourself. You know, the actions you're taking is a pause. You're trying to take a pause to meditate on how to achieve this goal. You know, but you are directly faithful to it and you have already made your mind up. The outcome is, I mean, do I need to say more? That's the outcome they're wanting, okay? However, the blocks and how they deal with it is going to be very different, especially with this reading, you know, and many of the readings, we're looking at it, and some of us are disheartened to the point we're thinking, gosh, you know, yeah, we've heard it, they're coming, they're coming. When it actually happens is a different thing, and how we directly, it's almost like we're at school, then we're going back. And when we go back, are we ready? You know, it's one thing to receive these readings, but to have the guidance and the support to move forward is going to be crucial. Because if we don't act correctly, in a sense of getting it right, we can come back out again. And especially with some of these planets being, if we can't correct our frequency moving direct in Venus, that frequency is staying with us to 12 to 30 years. Recreating a 12-year karmic cycle again. So any old frequencies we need to end them. Connected to contact, you guys do have faith that it's going to happen, but you're not contacting right now. I told you, you're meditating. You know this is the bigger picture, but when is another thing. In the past, connected to your feminine, you were really unsure. You just didn't, not about them, about this. I met the forever, but I'm not ready. And this has been going on for a while in the Twin Flame Collective. So I feel spiritually we evolve and it's part of the equation. But you're also realizing through this frequency of separations, for those of you who are, is that that can't go on forever because feminine won't be waiting. Yeah. Clarification, not waiting. And you know this now. In the past that may have worked, but moving forward, many feminine's frequencies don't want to become the old women or the old masculine frequencies and not having anything to show. I mean, it's not that they've lost faith in the path. It's a knowing, intuitive feeling you're getting, like an umbilical cord from your feminine. You're feeling them disconnect. The position they're holding now is because they can, not because they have to. Before, it was an addictive tendency connected to this deep spiritual connection. That's what I'm talking about. Them knowing they don't have to wait. They're holding on. They're very, very tired. They're very tired in frequency. They've been very patient. It's not to say it's your fault, but they're very fatigued. Now, as you transform, they feel this frequency. And they're being very faithful to the connection. What they do want in the future is, you know, love, home, you know, whatever you both spiritually, collectively together believe. Not what society says a connection is, because that's not what the twin flame connection is. What you two together create in a new aspect of a paradigm of what is and what isn't a soldier, what isn't so. Very interesting. It's going to bring youth to the connection. Okay. How they see you currently with the influences around you. They're being very cautious because they see something's changed. Okay. They do also see you recouping, moving forward, and knowing that once you come out of this recuperation factor, they're at risk. They feel they've got a little bit of time. So feminines, if your frequency, if you're cross-watching and your frequency is low, you need to understand. I'm being attacked by my hair today. You need to understand that they pick this vibe up, okay? Not that you can ever, what would I say, manipulate it. But in truth, when you evolve and you release and you heal and you end cycles and ways of thinking, and you realise that it's a mental prison. You're choosing to be stuck. You're not actually stuck. Yes, the deep, deep connection I grasp. But they know that. And while you're in that frequency and you can't directly shift the focus back onto you, what does happen is they sense that frequency. And so they can hear a clock inside their bodies. They really can. You're sending mixed signals at the moment, feminine. This is the only read I've come through where I've started addressing feminine through the masculines. Okay? Yeah, okay, there was a falseness in the past and it didn't get off the ground. But, yes, you're faithful to it, but you also know you don't have to stay there. Your current position, you've evolved, right? How they're seeing you is there is a change of plans and there's a delay. They're delaying because they intuitively know you're healing. So sometimes we tend to think we've done the work, we've purged, we're okay. That might be so, but while we're doing that, they feel we're still there because we're in it. Financially, if they're on a karmic connection, they're spending money. I'm going to pull a clarifier on that. They might be also very separately spending it on them and entertainment. But when I'm saying entertainment, I'm thinking of a nice nature. I'm not thinking of it's more socialization, new clothes, getting their swag back on. It just feels that they're getting their vibration back. But how do I put it? Intuitively speaking, sometimes when you think of someone, you feel a vibe. That's very psychic, knowing intuition, especially with your twin. Their energy is very laid back at the moment, guys. I just want to say, it's like I've got all the time in the world because of your frequency coming through. Be interesting to see what comes through in the feminine's room. Okay, so physically speaking in love, they're working on themselves to be abundant. They're doing the work, right? They can be working, so their spirits are raising up because they're actually starting to get somewhere in life and they're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. What they're wanting is communication, and it's already come through that they are wanting communication. How you deal with it's going to be very important. If you can't deal with this correctly, you recreate the old frequency. So a lot of times we can say, but they didn't come correct. But even if they do come correct, you can repeat cycles by you falling back over old ground, feminine. Of dragging it back down to its grave of the old. Things change. Don't shoot the messenger. Money for feminines. There's something you're currently working on. So it's a plan. It's a plan you're trying to get off the ground. Some of you may be so fatigued that you just haven't been looking at it. Moving forward in life, you're trying to avoid misfortune. So again, it's due to the fact that, you know, you're recouping and you're still holding space for your twin and you're staying faithful. Your path forward, though, you don't believe that it can be. So you're actually blocking your own road. You're directly blocking your own path. I can't wait to do the feminine's read. Okay, book reading. With the finances, I'm definitely feeling you have a business. You've got something you're working on. What the diddly-o are you doing? Focus back on it. These ideas, hold them close to your chest. Do the work. Even if you're feeling like this, even if you do one thing a day, you're still going to be one step ahead. I know this is fatiguing you, but you guys need to do this. It's for you. It's for the bigger picture of your safety, your stability, and your finances. Very separate to twin. Then no matter who comes in your life, you're always okay, and you have your internal abundance. You're doing a lot of heart chakra work. In your love domain, you're protecting yourself, yet your heart is abundant. You've got a lot to offer. Don't question that. Probably won't even need to do a divine feminine. Okay, moving forward. You don't want to wait forever. That's why you've been getting fatigued. But you don't believe in love. But your heart's open. You're questioning it, but it's more because it's taken so long that you're really wavering on, is it even possible? Now, a lot of times when we're having these downloads, it is directly connected to the conflict our twin has in their mind. Now, that may not be coming through because you're transmuting it for them, because they're focused on pleasure. Try and take some downtime and get grounded. I do feel that they do wish to move towards you. It may be that for many of them, they've come out of karmic cycles and they're touching base with old friends and reconnecting their own personal frequency with the outside world. Like a coming home party. Does that make sense? Sounds sad. But when you've been isolated away from people that are your direct tribe, due to work, due to karmic energies, due to lessons, purging, dark night of the soul, list goes on. One doesn't mind kicking their heels up. I do feel some of them it is a work do, and a celebration of an advancement financially. I'm going to get into the feminine reading. If you're wanting a booking, link below. Otherwise, keep grounded with reconnection.